Hey, how's it going, y'all? Welcome back to the Gil Podcast. This podcast is about me, Gil, and the things that I'm currently obsessed with. It's been a hot minute, and I can't believe I nailed that intro. I completely forgot how to say my intro, and I'm like, wait, how do I start my intro? What do I say? What do I say? And then I just immediately clicked. I just was ready to go. It's so dope to be back podcasting, and I don't want to start podcasting when I have like a special announcement, when I'm trying to drop something, but I do have an announcement. I'm going to NAB, National Association of Broadcasters, and this is something big. This is to me a major deal, especially my content creator journey. For those of you who know, ever since I was a kid, I have always been obsessed with technology. Sunday newspapers was to me super, super exciting because I get to have all the Circuit City, BrandsMart, CompUSA, Tiger Direct, adverts, and then just see these new cameras and new items that are coming out, camcorders, laptops, read the specifications on them. When NAB comes out or CES, I'll read the newspaper and read the tech blog or the tech columns and read about these new computers, new innovations that are coming out and that are going to be ready for the consumers or the prosumers. It was dope. And then obviously as YouTube became a thing, reporters on IGN, independent reporters would fly to Vegas, fly to New York, go to CES or go to NAB, which I'm going to soon, and write about or vlog about or do a video interview with these camera manufacturers, computer manufacturers, these chip people, like people that are changing the way that we see the world and the way that we create and interact with the world. It was amazing. And I would always just fall in love in those pages and just dive deep and then kind of wait for somebody to have a conversation with me about, hey, did you see the new iPad? It has this feature. I'm like, oh yeah, it has that feature. And guess who makes the glass? The glass is crystal ionized sapphire that has this and that feature. Or the new camera that dropped. Wait, this new camera is made in Canada or is made in Japan and it has this feature, and they have to delay production because they ran out of this, and now they have to get a contract with Samsung or Sony to get the sensors. And I fell in love. I have fallen in love with technology ever since I was a kid, and I've always wanted to go to NAB. And this year, as I said at the beginning of the podcast before my rant, I'm going to NAB. I'm going to National Association of Broadcasters. Can I say association? Association. National Association of Broadcasters. I'm super excited. I can't wait. And the NAB is where a lot of camera manufacturers, especially Blackmagic Camera Design, they drop new cameras. They bring the cameras to NAB. And as of late, I can't remember, maybe it has to be, I think whenever they put Casey Neistat at NAB, YouTubers or like mainstream YouTubers or influencers have gone to NAB. And I don't remember it always being like that, but I'm happy it is because a lot of these camera manufacturers are pretty, like camera YouTube especially. Camera YouTube is just a YouTube space where it's just a bunch of people talking about cameras, lenses, and new stuff that help you create content like this, right? A lot of these camera manufacturers, lens manufacturers, they go to NAB and they bring some influencers, and influencers come and these influencers get their hands on like a new camera or a new microphone, and they make YouTube videos about it. And it's dope to let you know that, hey, this thing is coming and this is how to use it. This is how I would use it. And you kind of get a sense of like what it'll be like to own that product. And it's the same situation as when I was a kid reading the articles, the columns in the newspaper on the Sun Sentinel. But instead it's a YouTube video that I could watch forever and ever instead of me putting the article and cutting it into pieces and putting it under my bed or in my drawer so I can like have that article and read it whenever I want to get more information about this new thing. Like I used to do that. I used to literally cut articles into pieces. I used to cut them into pieces as if it was my last resort. Okay, somebody's going to get that. But I would cut them into pieces and put them in a drawer somewhere and just like, oh yeah, I remember this. There was this new thing that's supposed to come out. Or when a new thing comes out, oh yeah, I remember I had an article about that somewhere. And I would like go to my files or under my bed and find the article and like, hey, this is where that thing said it was going to come out like last year. And it finally came out and it sucks. I remember when the Nokia, I think it's called the Nokia Edge. Let me look at it up right quick. Nokia Edge. It was like a video gaming console. Um, was it the Edge? Edge game phone. Was it called the Nokia Edge phone? I don't remember what it was called, but Nokia had this game phone back in the day. It was like a QWERTY keyboard. Was it a Moto Edge? Moto Edge phone. Back in the day, Nokia phone game back in the day. I'm doing this all live. I can't remember the name of the phone, but somebody's going to remember it. And I remember reading about this phone and how innovative it is, right? How dope it is. And I remember just like, oh, can't imagine you playing like a really high quality graphic game on your phone. And then I was like, but how's the battery life going to be? Like you're playing stuff online. And I was like, wait, if you're playing the game online, other people are going to have this game. How many people can afford this phone? And there was like a lot of questions, a lot of holes, a lot of plot holes. And I was so curious. Like I really wish y'all could understand how excited I was as a kid, even now with technology and how many questions I have, because I'm like one of those people who I like to think as if I own the product, but also I put myself in the shoes of somebody who would buy the product and not understand how to necessarily use it. Like I'll say, well, if my wife bought this, what problems would she run into? And there are a lot of things where a lot of camera manufacturers, a lot of companies, they'll come out with a product and just assume that the people buying it are kind of used to the ecosystem. So they would like kind of skip a tutorial type thing, or they'll make this thing super difficult to use, or like I don't know, they'll just make the experience very difficult for somebody who's new to the space. So I like NAB for that because I get to hear, instead of me reading like one article, because I'll read the Sun Sentinel, and I don't remember like Bridget Kelly. She was a reporter for she was for Channel 10, but she also worked for CNET. So I would watch Bridget Kelly's report on a particular product, right? I'll read about her column, I'll read the column, watch her video on CNET, but then she would have her take on it. But then I'll also go to another news organization or news blog, or like I think like I download, or I don't remember the company names from back in the day, but I just say one of them, Jonathan Morrison had one company, I forget the name of it. I'll read his report on this new camera or new this and that. Then I'll read somebody else. And it kind of gets exhausting, right? You're reading a bunch of articles, going to different websites. Now I just go to YouTube and then I just wait. I just literally just wait for them to upload. All right, cool. Marquez Brownlee has a new video. Okay, great. Tom Buck has one. All right, great. So this person has one, you know, it just, it just comes right in front of you. So when I say that again, when I'm excited about NAB, I'm super excited just because I get to experience that. And also I'm bringing my cameras. I'm bringing my camera. So if there's something that's new, that's out, I'll be able to film it, talk about it. And I think it'll be really dope for somebody to experience learning about a new product through me. Like I'm going to be a part of a thought or an opinion somebody might have on a new product the same way I did as a kid. I just thought about that just now. That is insane. I'm going to be a part of somebody's experience with a new product that might get announced at NAB. That's dope. And I'm not even like, oh yeah, that's great. So I have to bring all my best cameras and best techniques because I'm going to hopefully get a lot of subscribers and followers from it. No, I'm just really excited about being a part of somebody's thought process or experience with something new. And that's what it was always about for me. NAB or just technology in general, like it's the experience. Um, Getting excited about something, finding out about it. There's this episode of Big Bang Theory. My wife, Alex, she loves Big Bang. Hey, yo, she loves Big Bang Theory, the show. And there's this episode where I forget the guy's name, but one of the characters, he owns a comic book store, and Sheldon, one of the main characters, main protagonist, I guess you could say, right? There's no protagonist, but he's one of the main characters in the show. He's goes to the comic book store, and the comic book owner is like, "Hey, do you want me to set aside a special Green Lantern edition for you? We're getting a bunch in. You want me to set one aside for you?" And Sheldon is like, "How dare you? How dare you ruin that experience for me? I wanted to walk into your establishment, walk in, and then discover that there's a new special edition Green Lantern set. Why did you spoil and ruin that experience for me?" And I'm just like, that is so dope, because a lot of times I don't want to know what's going on. And it's not even about spoiler. I think it's the overall experience of learning about something. Like when I learned about like one of my favorite new products, the Roadcaster Video. Like there has been like so many uh ways I could have found out about it earlier, but seeing it as it gets announced by Rode themselves, it's is really different. Like even like camera stuff, like it's so exciting. Like if somebody were to tell me everything that I needed to know about it right away, I'm like, oh, I'm not all right, cool, thanks for telling me. But I love finding out about it and discovering it on my own. Even anime, like even like really good anime, some of my favorite animes people have never heard of, that and they're really good. And I don't like to tell people. I like to have somebody like have the same experience as me and discover it on their own, because you fall in love with the story because nobody's telling you it's good. You discover it on your own, and it's like one of the best feelings. But yeah, let's get back to NAB and not me preaching. So like some of the things I'm really excited for, I'm really excited to, besides seeing the cameras and the new stuff, I really am over the moon excited to meet Tom Buck. Like seriously. This guy is dope. Not just Tom Buck, Heather Ramirez, his wife. She is a phenomenal creator who inspires me to just create. Like her whole thing is just create. She even got me to play Final Fantasy 14. Her and Tom, they both play this RPG game, this massive online multiplayer game called Final Fantasy 14, and they got me to play it. And I'm not much of a gamer. I kind of am. I'm a retired gamer, but they got me back playing a RPG, not even an RPG, an online RPG. So just to experience them, because they're super influential, to me at least, and they're great. They have a podcast. They both have separate YouTube channels. They're always creating. They're just so dope. They have this ability to shine the light in this content creator world, because it could be very dark and grimy and selfish. They're all about community. They're all about bringing people together. They're all about connecting, learning, and networking, and being extremely transparent and honest. So I learn a lot from them, and to have the opportunity to like be in the same room or same place as them, geesh, I can't I can't tell you how excited I am. Um, I think part of the reason, maybe the second reason why I'm really excited to go to NAB is actually to meet them, to meet Tom Buck, Heather, and a few other people. I know a couple other people will be there. Kofi, I think I said his name right. He's this super larger than life YouTuber who does a lot of great things on YouTube. Now that I think about it, I hope my guy Ronald Wayne goes to NAB this year. He actually moved to California earlier this year. He's this massively large YouTuber and friend of mine. He used to live here in Miami. I know he moved to Cali earlier this year, or was it last year? Can't remember. So hopefully he gets to go to NAB. I mean, that'll be great to see him again. I'm just really, really excited to hopefully see and network with a bunch of people, but also see a new camera, see a new piece of gear that comes out, and potentially network and partner with some people. I really hope to create some content as well. I really hope to just get my hands on something new and film it, like I said earlier, and create something. So that's something that I'm really, really excited for. Just to see what comes out. I think we're living in a day and age of AI. So I'm really interested to see like how these camera manufacturers or just businesses or companies in general implement AI. I know some people aren't with it, which is totally fine. Um, which is a whole other topic, which is a whole other argument. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it that I wanted to talk about NAB. I'm getting ready to fly out. What I'll be bringing, my A7 IV. I'm thinking maybe bringing. I don't want to carry too. I don't want to bring too much, but I am going to be gone for like a while. So I'm really thinking about bringing my Sony A7 IV. Should that be like a YouTube video? That'll probably be like a YouTube video. I'll probably try to do that. So I want to bring my A7 IV and I want to bring my Sony K3M XLR adapter, um, just to put it on top of my camera. That way I have a dedicated microphone. But I already know, there's going to be a lot of wireless microphones going on. I know there's going to be so many. So I feel like this is probably the safest option, because I am charging my my Rode Wireless Go microphones, Rode Wireless Go 2s. I'm thinking about getting that, bringing those. They're charging. I have the microphone handle thing that's right here. You know, this microphone. You put the Rode mics right on there. I have that. I'm bringing that for sure, but I don't want to like bring too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, but also I don't want to be the person that, "Oh, I'm not going to bring too much," and then I don't know, Barack Obama's like, "Hey, Gil, you want to do a podcast together?" I'm like, "No, Mr. Obama, I left my cameras. You're going to a content creator convention? You don't bring your cameras?" You know, I don't know. Maybe Obama's like always my over exaggerated example that I give. Like, you never know. Maybe Obama might be here. And then you're not ready. Like, just speaking of Obama, he actually photobombed like this guy taking photos of his daughter and his son. He was like doing photos. I think it was like cherry blossom season, and Obama just casually strolling behind them. That's freaking dope, right? That's freaking awesome. But yeah, so that'd be really cool to. I just want to make sure I bring the stuff that I need. So I'm bringing my Sony A7 IV, and I'm bringing at least one Sony. I'm bringing another Sony A7C. I don't know if the A7C is overkill. But I really want to bring my 20 millimeter lens. That'll be perfect for vlogging. I do have a 16 to 35 that I am lending to someone right now. I should have thought about that earlier. Wow, I didn't think about that, because 16 to 35 is super wide and it's also tight. So I can get the 16, I could fit more people in the frame if I were to be vlogging. Um, And then also at 35 is super tight, and it's a 16 and 35 f4. But I do have a 20 millimeter f1.8, which is plenty. And if I care, I do have a Nikon 16 1.8 with a Nikon adapter. But do I really want to be manually focusing a 16 millimeter lens at NAB? No, I don't think so. I think a 20 should be fine. I'll get a 20, and I have one of those arm adapters. Like, hey guys, I'll bring the camera out there. I got pretty long arms. Yeah. Oh, show you my podcast tattoo. I don't know. Can you see that? I don't know. who knows? Um, this podcast tattoo is probably the one I get asked the most questions. I said asked, right? Hopefully Frank is listening. I get asked this question a lot. What is that tattoo? Why do you have a microphone on there on your arm? Well, I produce podcasts. I love podcasts. I listen to podcasts all the time. Every conversation I have with people, I imagine it being a podcast. I love interviews. I love conversations. So I know people who have tattooed literal Digimons and Pokemons on themselves. And I get questioned all the time. Why do I have a podcast mic on me? And I'm like, it's something that I make real money with. I also have a camera tattoo right here, and I get, wow, that's a cool tattoo. That's cool. You take pictures. That's awesome, and they get that. But for some other reason, when they see my podcast tattoo, like, I can't believe a podcast tattoo on your arm. Ooh, that's kind of a podcast, really? I'm like, yeah, podcast. Like, I know people with Betty Boo tattoos on them. I know a couple of people with a lot of Japanese animation art on them that could be deemed almost racist or homophobic or what's the word where you hate a gender? I guess not gender, but like a race of people. Is that racist? Yeah, I guess. And I'm like, nobody bats an eye, but the minute I put a Let's Podcast tattoo on my wrist when I am a podcast producer helping people podcast, I get I get side-eyed. I'm like, that's crazy. Oh well. If I did anything, if I allowed what other people thought about what I did, I probably wouldn't be podcasting or posting on social media. So that kind of lets you know how I feel about that. But I just thought it was very interesting. Like, people questioned my podcast tattoo. I might get another one. We'll see. But yeah, that's it about NAB. I'm super excited. Really happy that I'm going. Also, the networking capabilities that I'll be able to have with brands, people. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. I mean, let's see how long I've been recording here. Oh, 22 minutes. Not bad. I mean, I think this is pretty a dope episode so far. I really want to end it with where I've been, what I've been up to. It's going to be probably dark after this. So if you enjoy this episode so far, please, for me, like, subscribe, share this with somebody, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on NAB. Have you ever heard of NAB? What have you done this year so far that you wanted to do, that you said you would like to do last year? Like, what is something that you accomplished or are going to accomplish or going to partake in this year that you planned or sought out to do last year, right? Or whatever. What are you planning on doing this year? Long story short. So I want to talk about where I've been and why I haven't been posting podcast episodes a lot. I don't even know the last time I uploaded an episode, right? I think I've been busy. I think fake busy is the word. I've been fake busy. I've been faking the funk on myself. Like, I've been more so concerned doing other stuff versus doing the stuff for me, if that makes sense. And that's not a bad thing. Like, like, it's really good. Like, I really love working with CoSpace as a podcast producer. It is probably the best job ever. It's literally the best job. Like, I really wish I could do this full time. Like, it's the best. I actually have a podcast, not a podcast. I guess it's like a podcast workshop type of thing. It's called Office Hours. So April 22nd from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be available. I guess this is an ad. Is this an ad? Is this a shameless plug? Okay. We're shamelessly plugging April 22nd. If you are in the Miami area, you will have the opportunity to come to CoSpace, sit down with me, and I'll be able to help you. So for 25 minutes, I will talk to you about or answer any questions you have about podcast production, photography, I'm bringing everything. I'm have everything hands on. That way, if you are interested in photography, podcast production, uh, doing stuff with ChatGPT, AI, I'll have all the prompts. I'll have stuff ready. I'll also be selling my podcast planner, my photography word search books. Um, so yeah, I hate that sounds like I'm uploading this podcast episodes to promote that, but it's not. I'm just really excited and I want to get on the mic. And my wife is downstairs and her ears are bleeding. Like her literal ears are bleeding because all I could do is talk about how excited I am about going to NAB. I'm joking. Her ears aren't bleeding. Just one of the ears bleeding. The one that's closer to me, her other ear is fine. Like the ear that's like facing me, it's bleeding. But her other ear is fine. She's watching Wheel of Time on Amazon right now. She's a nerd. Like she's a complete nerd. Like she's watching this hoodoo voodoo back in the time Dungeons and Dragons crap, and I'm up here podcasting about cameras. I guess we're both nerds. I guess we're both freaking nerds. That's cool. Um, but yeah, where I've been. Okay, so April 22nd, if you want to meet with me in person for 25 minutes, it's free. If you need more time, like more extensive time, 55 minutes for $25. Now, I'm letting you know that's a deal because my regular consultation rate, where I sit down with you for about an hour, sometimes it's like a little over an hour, it's $200. This You're going to meet me at an office, be comfortable, you're going to have coffee. You're going to have coast-based coffee, not just coffee. You're going to have coast-based coffee. You're going to have coast-based coffee. You're going to be breathing coast-based air, get all the vibes and energy for free. Sit down with me and then learn and make some green. Like it's a win-win. So if you're in the Miami area, please check me out. And the 55-minute one is $25, but it's free for 25 minutes. So I highly recommend checking me out there. I'm gonna put a link in the description of this episode. And I don't want to keep it too long because I don't want people to like think that this is an hour of me blabbing. So where I've been here working and just producing podcasts for a lot of people. I have been My job kind of changed a little bit, and I'm free-ish a little bit more, but not really. And my schedule kind of switched. So I have more of a consistent schedule, but I am working a lot more, if that makes sense. So I'm working a lot more. I'm learning a lot more outside of work. So I'm taking the time to master my job full time, like my full time gig. I'm taking time to learn it more, and it's requiring a lot more time from my business, which is totally fine, right? But I kind of need a lot of time to rest, recharge. So I've been doing not that many client work. So if anything, I have been doing more bulk episode stuff. So if I have a client, we have a 8 episode deal that I shoot their podcast. So 8 weeks shooting their content, filming, editing. Then every once in a while, I do have a client who needs to shoot or needs, work. I would work with them if the time is right, but usually I can't because I'm just beat up. I am really just beat up, just tired, and also just catching up on other works. Um, do I have my bag here? Oh, wait, no, I don't. Yeah, I did. Like when I say other works, I really mean other works. This is a 2025 exclusive. I'm not sure if I ever talked about this. I think I did. I probably hinted it before. So this is Story of a Girl. This is my trading card game. I created a trading card game. I've been working on that. for about 2 years. And what really sparked it was, I don't even know what sparked it really. Actually, I've always wanted to create a trading card game. So I have, let me just show you all the cards. The cards that I have currently. I have one card called CoSpace, which is a land card. I have to explain the rules too. So this is my most prettiest card. Let's see here. I don't know if it's going to show properly. All right. Oh, that fell. Yeah. So this is a trading card game, like a true trading card game that I created, and it's called Creator Mastery. So I've been working on that for, hold on here. I've been working on this trading card game for about 2.5 years. Longer than that, probably. I think I got the full idea and rules maybe 2.5 years ago, but the emphasis or just the urge to create a trading card game or game in general, well, I have created many, but this is the one. 2013. 2013 is when I said I want to do a RPG board game, trading card game. And so I got into a bunch of trading card games. So I got into um, like this one in particular called Card Fight Vanguard. I got into it really deeply, not because I wanted to play it. I mean, I did play it. I played it. I would drive to Hollywood, Florida. For example, I think at the time I lived in like, I know you probably don't know, but for those of you who know, I lived in Pompano, and I'll drive to Hollywood Beach, Florida, which is like almost like a 40-minute drive sometimes, depending on traffic. And I'll drive there so that I could watch people play card games in person, like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. I never really played them as a kid. Like I sucked at math. So I was like, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm not going to look stupid in front of my friends in school. Like I really suck at math, but I love playing I love the idea of collecting the cards and looking at the art pieces. So I created a concept in 2013, and I had tested it out with some people. It was a little bit too complicated. I'd always been messing around with the idea of an RPG. Then I did a consultation with a client who has a game, who has like a children's game. And I was like, yeah, why don't I just make this super simple? Like the goal is to learn. And I think 2.5 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that, 3 maybe, where I said I want to create a game that encompasses everything that I've learned in photography. So I created my um everything is gonna connect. Like even the blue on my book, it connects because the blue with the card game. Everything connects. I promise. Everything connects. So I created a photography word search book. And if you own one of these, it has a glossary behind it with 250 words. Every word that is mentioned in this photography word search book, I've I've typed it up. I've Googled it. I've put it in here myself. That way you can learn, right? So my whole goal was to like create a game, create something that people can learn, and I'll have the database on my computer, on my phone, with all 250 words of photography, podcast production, and all that. So I created this game called Creator Mastery. And this game allows you to learn about content creating, but in a fun way. So it's almost like Pokemon or like so the way you win, I just want to explain the way you win. You'll win by competing and getting compensation points. So like you get compensated like money. So like if you, let's say you have a card and it says, you are required to have a camera and a model. Okay, great. So we have a camera card, we have a model card. So now that we have a model and our camera card, I have successfully uh, got all the requirements for this task card. Therefore, I am guaranteed a compensation point. Once you reach 7 compensation points, you win the game. That's the rules. I have been so nervous sharing this game, even online or even with people, because I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody's going to take this idea and create something with it. But there's like so many different, the world is so big. And if like somebody takes the idea, I'm like, great, this idea gets to exist, but it's my idea at the end of the day. Like I'm really like this is something that I'm really happy to have come out. Like I'm physically touching it. You have no idea what this brings, how much joy this brings to me. Like I am genuinely happy. My wife is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you finally have physical prints. Like you've been talking about this stuff forever. Um so that's the stuff I've been working on. Also been working on myself too. I've been waking up early, going to a track, running, um, just having like trying to have like some type of routine. It's really hard when you work full time and your schedule isn't like structured. You're kind of like up your job is like up in the air. So you don't know what type of day you're gonna have. So it's kind of hard to like reserve strength and energy. It's like I don't know what today's gonna be like. So you just don't know. So that's what's been really taking a lot of my time and energy. It's just work and also these cards and designing them. As far as design goes, I have been cheating. So I've been using, also I got burned recently. Like it's pretty bad. I got burned. And so if you saw me picking my hand, that's what happened. Let me see if that had my face. Oh, no, I can't see it. Anyways, it was a pretty bad burn. And it's something that I was like super annoyed at. But yeah. Anyways, somebody's like, you got burned because you was ashy. uh, but yeah, this card game, I kind of cheated in regards to the art. So I was making the art pieces with Midjourney. So Midjourney, I was paying $10 a month to create these art pieces. I no longer have a subscription as of, I think this month. This month or last month? The month just started, Gil. Last month. So I'm going to redesign these cards and contact actual artists. And that's what I want to do. So with this whole debacle with ChatGPT, I really want to either I could just create them with ChatGPT, but I think I want to go the artist route. I think maybe some of the cards I will make AI, like this CoSpace card. The CoSpace card is an actual photo of CoSpace that I just digitized, and uh, it's an environment card. So in the card game, there are environment cards. There are studio like environment. It'll be like a studio, so uh, or a field. So when the CoSpace is used as an environment, minus creator fees, minus one creator fee for any creator or resources. So, um, if that card that I told you that requires you to have a model and a camera, because it's the CoSpace is on the field as an environment card, I don't necessarily need to have a model. I don't need to have a model and a camera card. I just could just use a model card if I have one, because CoSpace as an environment, it has all the resources for creators. So this is a creative environment. So that's what really CoSpace is. So when I created the CoSpace card, I'm like, I want it to be a card where if you want to create, it just makes things a lot easier for you, because that's what CoSpace is. If you know, you know. And also on the card, I have a QR code. So at the top, my whole goal is to have creators. So like I'm planning on creating, wow, this whole podcast turned into me talking about my trading card game. I promise y'all, I'm done after this. I'm so sorry for boring y'all, but I can't stop talking about CoSpace and this card game. So I put QR code on the card, and when you scan the QR code, it takes you to CoSpace. And I know in the back of my mind, something's telling me, stop talking about the card game, make it come out. And I was like, I did. This card is like, it's pretty much available for sale. Um, I'm a, but it's available for sale, but I don't want it to be on sale yet because I'm not done perfecting the cards, right? So there's a lot. I haven't done any rarity because to me, this coast-based card should be a ultra rare card for what it does, right? And going back to the digital art, my brain is all over the place. I hope y'all know I have like some form of slowness. I would not say the R word because I don't want to get banned, but I'm kind of just excited, you know? So the coast-based card is an environment card, and the photo was a photo that was taken of CoSpace, and I digitized it. I went on some website, make this into a canvas art or oil painting, and it did it. But I really want to get in contact with some artists and have them create their own renditions of cards, and then I'll put their names at the bottom. So if you know anything about trading card games, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, there's always an artist name, even Magic the Gathering. There's always the artist name at the bottom, right or left. So this one's in Japanese. Well, this one's in Japanese as well. Let me see. Are all these in Japanese? This one is like an Instagram name, or not an Instagram name, but they're, what's that? Deviant art. So this one is Togue666. Whoa, hey, that's kind of evil, bro. So I would like to put people's, if they're a digital artist, I'll put their Instagram name as, I guess, their name. That'd be dope. I'm definitely gonna be drawing some. As some of you might know, I am a artist of some kind. I draw. So I would like to design a lot of my cards, draw some of my cards, and just put them at the bottom. That way people could like have an idea of who designed the card. So, and this card game is really to, again, going back to what I said earlier, to teach people about content creating. So there's going to be a lot of like nuggets in here. Like there's a card that I created called Sleep Debt. Discard your hand, shuffle back into your deck, and then draw a new hand. Your turn immediately ends after drawing. And then at the bottom for the flavor text, the lack of sleep makes you lose focus, take a break, and start fresh. Like giving like small little nuggets like that. Even for CoSpace's flavor text, I put welcome to CoSpace. That's just something that Joy says. Even for the creator cards, like the model, I'm planning on creating specific cards, and man, I'm going to feel really smug if somebody takes this idea. Let me block my face. Where? I'm still not in focus. Whatever. I'll feel really bad if somebody takes this idea and steals it, but it is what it is. I plan on creating specific creator cards for creators. Like they have their own card, and that's just something that you have as a YouTuber, as an influencer, as a creator, and that way people play the game and they're like, hey, I want to play it as such and such. And I have their, like David Shands, like I have this idea for David Shands. I love David Shands. He has his Instagram is called Sleepers for Suckers, or podcast Sleepers for Suckers. He also has a morning meetup group. So I want to like do a David Shands card or a series of David Shands cards. And guess what? A lot of these artists are on Instagram, so I could like commission them. Hey, design this dude. It's for a card game. Make him look cool. And I'll put you at the name at the bottom of the card. I'm paying you. Plus, you're going to have infinite promo because this is a card game that I'm creating for influencers. And I think it's cool. I think it's a dope idea. Let me know what you think. If you like this idea or not. I say for me, I don't want this episode to be an hour. I'm going to cry on the next one to talk about how I've been mentally and spiritually. But yeah, thank you so much. I love you guys. Shout out to the people on Patreon supporting me. It's pretty dope folks out there. Thank you so much for showing love and support. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.